Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about characters of living organisms. Yes, characters of living organisms. There are some special characters which differ us from the non-living things. So let us discuss these characters one by one. So first of all, the main living character of any living organism, they need food. Yes, they need food. All of the living organism, either plants, animals, birds, insects, we need food to eat. The food we need to get the energy and for our proper growth and maintenance of our cells and tissues. And food also help to protect us from different diseases. So every living organism need food. It is must for various life activities. We need food, and basically this food give us the energy. Yes, for doing different activities, for running, for dancing, for process of respiration, digestion, we need energy, and that energy we got from the food. So food is needed by everyone. We human beings and all the animals, like your birds are there, cats are there, dogs are there, we mainly depend on plants for food. Yes, mostly living organisms depends on plants for food, because green plants prepare the food through the process of photosynthesis. Yes, green plants prepare the food through the process of photosynthesis, and this food is used by the living organisms to get energy, to protect from different disease, as well as for their proper growth and maintenance of cells and tissue. During the process of photosynthesis, plants intake carbon dioxide gas. Yes, they intake carbon dioxide gas, and in the presence of sunlight, along with the water and minerals, they just convert it into the form of sugar, which is stored into their different body parts as a starch or any other else complex form. And this starch is used by the human beings and all other organisms as a food. So food is the basic necessities of every living organism. Now the next one is the growth. Do all living organisms grow? The answer is yes. All living organisms grow. It is their basic character. A small plant, a seedling, it grows into a big plant. A big tree is there. Okay, a small puppy, it will grows into a dog. A kitten grows into a cat. A small baby grows into an adult one. So growth is the basic factor. It is a character of the living organism, and it is shown by the everyone. Human beings, plants, everyone show their growth. Now we will discuss about respiration. Yes, respiration, it is one of the most common characters of living beings. Yes, for all living beings, either for plants or for animals. Every living being do the process of respiration. Yes, and when we talking about respiration now, respiration means it is a breathing plus release of energy from food. So respiration means the first step of respiration is breathing, and the next step of respiration is release of energy from the food. And this energy released after the process of respiration is used for different life activities by living organism. So respiration is a basic necessity. It's a basic character. So when we're talking about breathing, what is breathing? Breathing means inhale of oxygen rich air. Breathing means inhale of oxygen-rich air and exhale of carbon dioxide-rich air. So, inhale of oxygen-rich air and exhale of carbon dioxide-rich air is known as breathing. And breathing is a part of respiration. Yes, breathing is a part of respiration. This is the first step of respiration. So either the plants are there, animals are there, insects are there, birds are there. They will breathe. During the process of breathing, they inhale oxygen-rich air and they exhale carbon dioxide-rich air. Now, this oxygen which is inhaled by the living organisms during the process of respiration gets reacted with the food and release the energy. And this energy is used by each and every living organism for different life activities. Now, there are different modes of respiration in different living beings. For example, if we will talking about fish, fish breathe through their gills. Yes, fish breathe through their gills. With the help of gills, fish absorb the oxygen present in water. In the same way, we can say dolphins and whales. Dolphins and whales, they breathe through their blowholes. Yes, they breathe through their blowholes that are located on the upper part of their head, and they breathe, they take the oxygen which is present in the atmosphere. Earthworms breathe through their skin. They breathe through their skin. Means different living organisms have different modes of respiration, but the main process, the main function of the respiration is to release energy from the digested food. Now the question is there, do plants also respire? What do you think? Yes, the answer is yes. The plants also respire. They do the exchange of gases with the help of stomata. Yes, they do the exchange of gases with the help of stomata. Stomata are the small openings at the lower surface of the leaf. They are the small openings at the lower surface of the leaves, and with the help of these stomata, there is an exchange of gases. So, respiration, it is the basic factor, basic character of any living organism. Now, we will discuss about those substances which were once a part of living beings. Yes, which were once a part of living being. So, first of all, we will discuss about butter. Yes, butter is obtained from milk. It is a milk product. And the milk we will obtain from animals. So, that's why we can say that butter was once a part of the living being, because it is obtained from the milk, and milk is an animal. It is an animal product. Now, the leather. Leather, it is also obtained from animals. It is the skin of the animals. So, leather was once a part of the living being. Now, the wool. What is the wool? Wool is obtained from the fleece of animals. This is obtained from the fleece of animals. So, we can say wool, it is once a part of the living being. Yes, because it is an animal product. Leather is also an animal product, and butter is also an animal product. Now, the cooking oil. Cooking oil, either we can obtain from the plants or from the animals. So, that's why we can say cooking oil was once a part of the living beings. Mustard oil, coconut oil, or you can say fish liver oil. These are the different oil we are using for cooking. Now, the apple. Apple, it is a fruit, and we will obtain the apple from the plants. Yes, so it is once a part of the living being. Rubber. Rubber is also a plant product. It is also obtained from the plant. So, we can say that it once a part of the living being. Means there are number of non-living things are there which are a part, which are a once upon a time, they are obtained from the living things. Now we will discuss about those living things which show the characters of the living thing but they are non-living. For example, your car. A car can move just like a living being. A car needs a petrol just like the food needs by a living being. But on the basis of that characters, we can say that car is a living thing? No. It shows the character, okay, it can move from one place to another. It needs the energy in the form of petrol. But rest of the characters are not shown by the car, like the process of respiration, excretion and digestion extra. In the same way, there is one more example, clouds. Clouds can move from one place to another. They can increase or decrease in size. But on that basis, we can say they are the living beings? No. But they are the non-living things which show the characters of living things. So, these are the non-living things which are once obtained from the living things, and these are the non-living things which show the characters of the living things. Good morning everyone. Now we will discuss about adaptive features of the plants found in desert as well as in water. Yes, we will discuss the specific features, the adaptive features of aquatic plants as well as desert plants. So first of all, we will start with aquatic plants. The stem of the aquatic plants. The stem of the aquatic plants are long, hollow and lightweight. The stem of these plants which found in water are long, hollow and lightweight. The roots of these plants are not so well developed. The roots of these plants are not so well developed because the main function of the root. What is the main function of a root? To absorb water and minerals from the soil. And these plants are already in water. So the main function of the roots of the aquatic plant is only to hold the plants in its place. It is only to hold the plants in its place. And the leaves of these plants are highly divided or the ribbon-like shape. The leaves of these plants are either highly divided or they are in the shape of ribbon, so that they easily allow the water, the flow of water to pass through them. They can easily tolerate the flow of water. Means there is not a single lamina. They have many leaflets in one leaf. Now, if we were talking about desert plant means there is a lack of water. So, their roots are well developed. The roots of the desert plants are well developed. The roots goes deeply into the soil to absorb water and minerals. The leaves of these plants are either absent or in the form of spines or reduced in size. Because to prevent the loss of water through the process of transpiration. Yes, as you know na, leaves have stomata, and through these stomata water comes out in the form of water vapor. So to reduce the loss of water, the leaves either absent or in the form of the spines as in cactus or reduce in size. And stem of these plants, just like in a cactus plants, stems are modified. It becomes fleshy and do the function of photosynthesis. And the plants, the desert plants, it is mainly have a waxy layer all around it to prevent the loss of water. So these are the two opposite atmosphere, opposite habitat, aquatic habitat. Stems are long, hollow and light, and in desert habitat the stem of the plants mostly fleshy and do the process of photosynthesis. The roots are not so well developed and its main function only to hold the plants in its place. But in the case of desert plants, roots are well developed, long and go deep inside the soil. The leaves of that plants are highly divided so that they can easily allow the water to pass through them. And in desert plants, leaves are either absent or in the form of the spines or reduced in size. Now we will discuss about characters of living beings that differentiate them, that differ them from the non-living things. That is the process of reproduction and movement. Yes, reproduction. Reproduction means produce young ones of their own kind. Yes, produce young ones of their own kind. For example, a baby of a human being, puppy of a dog, kitten of a cat, all of they are resemble with their parents. So the producing young ones of their own kind is known as reproduction, and reproduction is a character of the living beings. Yes, living beings can reproduce, and each and every living organism, either plants or animals, they reproduce, but their mode of reproduction may be different. For example, a bird, it will lays egg. A bird lays egg, and the young one, the small bird, a young one will hatch from this egg. In the same way, the hen, it lays the egg. And the chicken, the small young one, it will hatching from the egg. Human beings give birth to the babies. Mammals give birth to the babies. Plants also reproduce. Yes, they can reproduce with the help of the seeds, as well as they can reproduce with their different parts. Like the plants can reproduce, means from the stem. We can grow a new plant with the help of the leaves. We can grow a new plant with the help of the birds. So this is a character of the living beings, living things, either plants or animals, and different modes of reproduction: by laying egg, by giving birth to the babies, or plants can reproduce. They can produce new plant with the help of the seeds, stem, leaves, buds and flowers, etc. Now movement. Movement is the character of a living being. Every living being can show the movement. We can move from one place to another. Animals can move from one place to another. We can run, we can dance. So this is a character of the living being. But the question is there, can plants move? Can plants move? The answer is yes. The plants move, but the mode of movement is different. They can move when the wind blows, when they show the growth. This is their movement. Sunflower just turn its, you can say faces, its faces always towards the sun. That is the movement. So our plants also shows the movement. A plant always grows towards the light, maybe the sunlight or any source of light. So we can say that the living beings, plants, animals, they can show the movement. Some type of movement is also shown by the non-living things. Yes, for example, your car. A car can also move. Clouds can also move. But this car and clouds are the living things? No, because they can move, but they can't show the, they do not show the rest of the characters like reproduction, excretion. So this process of reproduction and movement, these are the characters of living beings.